Hola amigos, this is Somveer and welcome to Learning Bots. In today's video, we are going to see how to implement unique view counts without the user being logged in and using the IP of the user. As an example, if we see, this is our first post. If I click on read more and if I go back, we can see we have one view here. Let's try it with title 2. So now we can see 0 views. If I click on read more and then I go back, it's 1 views. If I try to click once more and go back, it's still 1 view. Hence we are taking 1 view for each IP address the user is visiting. I am just using a sample blog post where I am using random title and random descriptions. Also you can see I am using tags here. I have created a video on this. If you want to see, have a look at my other video on this playlist. And adding the view counts is quite easy, so don't forget to watch the complete video. And if you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out my future videos. First of all, I have my post here in a list view, and if I click on read more, it will be going to detail view. The logic behind our implementation is whenever the user will click on read more, the system will capture the IP address and it will behave as a view for this post, and we will get that number of views here. For that, let's go to models.py. On this page, first of all, I will create a small model that will capture all our IPs and we can make relation to other models. And in our blog model, I will provide one column with the name views, and I am providing many to many field with the IP model we created just now, giving it a related name. And just in case we don't get any errors, I am keeping it as blank is equal to true. The logic behind this is one member with specific IP can see as many as posts he likes, and one blog can have as many as IP that can be possible. Let's save this and complete our migrations. First make migrations, then migrate. Once the migrations are done, let's also add this IP model into our admin. We will register it on our admin page. Let's run our server and have a look. From our web page, if we go to admin page, we can see here our IP model is ready. Sure, we don't have anything here. In our blogs, if we check one post, we have this views many to many field. With this we are done with the models. Let's change views.py to implement views. In our views.py, just above post detail view, I will add one function that will get the client IP. Using this code directly, we can get IP of the client. We will use this ID to be stored in IP model and we will relate it to our post. But before that, if we look at our web page, this read more is just a button that will get us into the detail view. What I am going to do here is I will convert this into a form, put a hidden input in this that will capture the project ID, and we will use that to make a relation with the IP model. Let's go to our HTML page. On our home HTML, in place of this anchor tag, I will create a form with a submit button, and the form will look something like this. I am sending it to the post detail with the post ID. I am using the get method because whenever the user clicks on read more, we want to execute something. I am using a hidden input with the post ID, and I am providing the value of post ID so that we can use it to make relation. And at last I am using a submit button. Let's save this and see how it is working. If we go to home page, this is our home page. If we click on read more, we are going to the detail view, as well as we can see we are giving a post ID also. Now this part is working. Let's go to our views.py and modify our get for detail view. In views.py, we will modify post detail view, and specifically the get function. We will modify the get method in such a way that all the context is preserved. After that, we are getting an IP of the user. I am printing the IP. After that, we are checking if we have the IP in our IP model or not. If we have it, then we will not add another with the same name. After that, we will take the post ID from the get request and the hidden post ID that we have provided in the form. We'll print the post ID just in case. Then we will use this post ID to get the post which we are supposed to be adding this IP to. After getting the post, we will add the specific IP to our views so that one view can be counted for that IP. If the IP is not present in our IP model, then we will create a IP. Then we will use the same procedure of getting post ID from our get request, using that to get the post, and after that adding the IP to the view, and this should do the trick. Before testing it out on our web page, I will add a small thing in our models.py. In our models.py, I will add one method that will return the count of views. Once this is done, we will go to blog.html and we will include the view count in the page. On this blog.html, we can see views here. So I will add post.total views that we just defined. It will give us the number of views. Let's save this and look at our web page. After adding the view count, we will get something like 0 views. So let's try it out. If I click on read more, if I go back, I can see I have 1 views here. If I try once more, go back, I still have 1 view, which means it is not duplicating. And if we go to our admin page, if we check our IP models, we can see we have one IP here, and in our blogs for title 1, I have one IP connected here. Hence, we are able to get a view count for every IP. To confirm it's working, let's try for one more post. If I go for title 2, click on read more, go back, here we have 1 views. Hence, our view count is working and we are able to get unique view count per user using the IP address. With this, I would like to conclude the video here, and I will request you to have a visit on my website. The link is in the description. We will be coming live very soon. At the end, I would like to ask you to throw a thumbs up if you like the video, share it with your friends who might need it, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you liked watching my video. We will meet very soon with a new video. Until then, this is Somveer taking your leave. Adios.